So I am extremely excited to show you guys this. I got inspired over the past, I don't know, couple weeks by looking at AuctionZip, and I was looking at, I've always just bypassed the jewelry, right? I've always just gone past it. I haven't looked at it. I haven't worried about it. I haven't had the time for it. It's never interested me. But for some reason, something got sparked in me, and I don't know what it was that sparked the interest, but I decided to, you know what it was, is I was looking through a list of auctions at EJ's Auction, because they are fantastic. I can't stop. Just go to ejsauction.com, I think, or go to AuctionZip and look up, you can search by auction house, look up EJ's Auction. So I was looking through, and when I'm at work and I take a break from doing work and I'm browsing the web, because I do pretty intense lists of things and I need to take mental, mouthwash. And I'll be looking through these auctions, and I remember looking at these auctions from EJ's and looking at these sterling silver rings with semi-precious stones. And there were like 10 or 12 in a lot, and they were going for $40. Then I go onto Etsy. I'm all about Etsy right now, by the way. And I go onto Etsy and I look at all these, vintage sterling silver rings with semi-precious stones, and they're going for $60-70 a pop. And I'm like, wow, what am I doing? Like, why aren't I bidding on these? This is a fantastic opportunity. Since I'm all about my Etsy store right now, I thought, hey, why not buy a lot of these and see how they do? So that's exactly what I did, and I'm excited to show you guys. I thought I'd cut this because I hadn't well enough. The moment of truth. Okay, got some packing material, which I always reuse. I don't feel any ring in here, so this just must be more packing material, which it is. Dude, Packmail does such a good job of packing things. Okay, so here's my invoice, and I'm gonna try to open this and not show you guys my information, so give me 1 second here. Okay, so I bought this 2 lots of different rings, so 14 rings total. $75 a piece. I spent $180 on it total. Shipping was about $10, so $190 for this. Now, I've got 12 rings, 12 divided by 190. I don't know the math. 10 divided by 190 is 19. So about $20 per ring total, and I'm gonna be able to sell them for 40 to 60 to 100 each. So that's a really good profit. I'm gonna set this down again. They're all taped individually. I thought I was hitting the record button, but I wasn't. So I opened up one of these and I poured them out on the table. That's all you've missed. So let's take a look at these. All right, here's this first one. Now this is semi-precious stone. I'm not sure what kind of stone this is. I'm gonna have to do some research, but you can tell that this says, what does this say? I think 0.925 sterling is what this says. So you can tell that this is sterling silver for sure. And we've got this guy, which is just beautiful. This one looks a lot like my wife's engagement ring, actually. And I can't tell what color. I think this is amethyst. And this has got little details on the side here. And this is also 0.925 silver. It's hard for me to view my screen and not view what's behind it, like what's in front of it, the actual ring itself. It's just hard for me to see, so I'm pausing for a second while I try to do both at the same time. So this one here is, I don't think technically emeralds, but I know these aren't CZ. And this too is 0.925 sterling silver. It's got the little mark right there on the inside of the band. This citrine one, which is just gorgeous, dude. Look at that. That's fantastic. This also is 0.925. It's got that marking on the rim there. Not the rim, you guys know what I mean. I've got this one that I think is also citrine, and this is 0.925. This beautiful ring here. And then finally this one. And this one is the one that actually made me buy the auction. Like, I thought this was so beautiful that this is the one that got me to buy. So there is that lot of rings right here. Very, very beautiful. And now we've got this one. Okay, so I'm going to unzip this bag. I'm gonna pour these out. Okay. Now these are actually stone, so these are gonna make really nice statement rings. This one here is 0.925 sterling silver. I think that's what that says. I can't read it, so if I'm incorrect, forgive me. But if you can, I hope you can see like the vibrance of this stone. I think this is a moonstone. So this is gonna be good for men or women as like a pinky ring, like a statement ring on their pinky. This here, now I know that this isn't lapis lazuli, but this is just a kind of rock, and I need to figure out what it is. I can't remember, but same kind of thing. This is just like a statement ring for one's hand, you know, it can be for men or women. This one, same thing, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ring, sterling silver. Now this one said sterling silver and 14 karat gold plated, which I think it is. I'm gonna have to double check on the listing itself. And I can't read through my phone what this says. Let me see if I can read it outside the phone. I can't. So I'm gonna have to get like a jeweler's kit to actually be able to read what this says, because I can't make that out. But maybe you can. But again, this is going to have a lot of detail. I'm going to obviously polish all these up. I have a Dremel, so I'm going to be able to kind of really polish these and bring a lot of shine back to them. But I think that's 14 karat gold coated sterling silver. This is just beautiful. I don't know what kind of stone that is, but again, a great statement ring. And this one is, yep, 925 sterling silver. This I think is lapis lazuli. Or lapis lazuli, I'm not sure how you say it, but I know that from Minecraft, from mining for that stuff. This ring's really nice. This is made in Turkey, and it says here AK925 Turkey. So here's the thing, this is very, very light, and it could be that it's the stone, it could be silver plated. This is a lot lighter than these other rings, and so I should get a ring testing kit and actually verify that this is sterling silver before I list this, because I don't want to get in trouble, but it's so light. It's almost light like gold. So I'm not positive on that one. And it's got like a completely different, if you look at this side by side, it's got a completely different silver look to it. It's much brighter. Does that make sense? Got that. Another one of those with some beautiful gemstones on the outside, and the blue on the middle, the blue stone or rock on the middle. And we've got the, let's see, 925 right there. And then finally this little guy, which I'm not necessarily a big fan of, but it's got a cool little spread of jewels. I'm gonna figure out, you know, if I can figure out what these are. I don't think that's a ruby. I don't think that's a topaz or an emerald. I think these are citrine. But my knowledge of jewels is really minimal, honestly. This is a cool kind of foray into that whole thing to figure out what these are. Not knowing what these are, I'm not sure if, I've always thought rubies were insanely expensive. Like a ruby ring was like 10 grand, but I could be wrong. Like rubies could be pretty common. It just depends on the clarity and what setting they're in. Maybe, I don't know. So here are the rings. And if I put them all together, I'm looking at a really good profit here. The issue is going to be, there is a lot of competition on Etsy for rings. So I need to make sure that my keywords and my SEO is on point. That is what's going to set me apart, rank me higher than others, and make it so that these sell. I am extremely excited about photographing these, cleaning up the photos, getting these posted on Etsy for sale. I don't think I'm gonna put these on eBay. I just don't foresee a market. You know, I was watching a video for marketing on eBay, and it actually said that the age range of eBay shoppers is 35 and up. and that people younger than that, millennials, really don't shop on eBay for anything. So that is something I'm sure that eBay is being challenged on, as far as how can we sell things that market to millennials. But for now, I'm gonna put all of these rings on Etsy and see how they do. And who knows, once I cross-post them to Pinterest, they might go a lot quicker. I don't think I'll have an issue selling any of these four. I think these are gonna sell really quickly. I think these two in the back are gonna sell quickly. This one here and this one here. But I don't know, these could sell immediately. You know, you never know. But the other thing about this cool unboxing is that I bought these finger forms to photograph them on for my light locks, but I also bought this ring sizing thing, which was like less than $10, believe it or not. So we can get this in frame. Okay, so let's take this ring, for example. Let's try to get this one here. Trying to get it in focus. Is it focusing? Well, regardless. So I'm gonna take this ring and put it on this, and we'll find out the diameter. So as we're sliding down, it looks like this is, if I'm doing this correctly, a rough time focusing here. It looks like this is a size 13 ring. You can see that. Size 13. Now this says, oh, never mind. Okay, so that's incorrect. So this side up top says US and UK, and I know you're seeing it backwards, but on the US side, if we go all the way down, this is almost a 7. I would say that this would be more of like in the 6.5 range, but I'll list it as a 7 and say that it is almost 7. It's closer to like 6 3/4 for this one here. Now this also came with this handy dandy like ring key size thing that you can just hold up to compare, which I think people use so that they don't scrape their ring on that stainless steel ring measure. So this is insane, but we can do maybe even just a better job of knowing. So like this says 5 on it. You can see that, it says 5. Where's the camera on this guy? Okay, so 5. And if we hold this up to it, this is pretty close to that, but it's not that exactly. So this might not be exciting to you guys at all, and I apologize, but I was so excited to unbox this and show this to you. And I think that this is, you know, that's a 4, so I'm going down in size. So this would be, that would be 5.5. So they do go in half sizes. So this is 6. You guys can see that. I just dropped it. This is 6. That's pretty close. 6.5 is right here. If I look at these side by side, that might be better. I think this is the magic spot for the camera. Sorry for all the out of focus. So 6.5. This looks pretty accurate. If I put this over it, it seems to fit that pretty well. So I'm pretty confident that this is a 6.5 inch, or not inch, 6.5 millimeter, I think is what it's measured in ring. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching the jewelry unboxing video. I can't tell you how excited I am about photographing these and getting them listed, because it'll be a proof of concept. Like if this works, then this will be a fantastic and fun revenue stream. Buying, you know, secondhand sterling silver jewelry and possibly gold. There were some gold cufflinks that I really wanted, some gold cactus cufflinks that ended up going for like $300, and I thought I was getting in at like 60 when I bid on them early. But that's a whole nother conversation, because the more I look through Etsy and I look for like high search results with low volume of things, the more I just want to create them myself. Like, I almost pulled the trigger and bought those cactus cufflinks for like $350 because there aren't any gold cufflinks, gold cactus cufflinks on Etsy. And based on my Marmalade research, go to marmalade.com and you can search for them. There is a plethora of opportunity there for people that are buying unique cufflinks for their themed weddings. And cactus cufflinks, there are some really crappy stainless steel ones that are poorly made that are selling for 20, 30 bucks a pop. If I made even 14 karat gold plated or solid 14 karat gold, insert the blank cufflinks, and I get them designed and I pour the gold here at home, the possibilities are endless for handmade jewelry. I'm on a total jewelry kick right now, but I've made jewelry in the past. I've had some rings made for me, and they've been selling pretty well on Etsy. That's something I don't necessarily want to show on this channel, just because they're kind of a political ring. But they sell really well, and I worked with a company in China to make them. I paid a guy to sculpt the ring out of, in a 3D program, and sent it to me, and I sent that off to the factory. They made a mold and mass produced them in stainless steel. What I'm talking about is probably paying the same guy to, make a 3D file for me. I get them 3D printed here in the States, and then I actually pour the gold here myself at home and make them. So if that ends up being the case, and I do my due diligence and my research and find out what's a niche on Etsy that would bring in, if I'm selling solid gold cactus, 14 karat gold cufflinks, I could charge $600-700 a pair. And I think they would fly off the shelf, especially for people in, Texas, Mexico, Spain. I mean, anywhere really. If people are getting married and they're from Texas and they want other groomsmen to have these cactus cufflinks, then who knows? So I'm really excited about that. And you can go on Amazon and you can buy little smelters that will smelt your gold for you. They're a couple $100, but I'm gonna wait before I go nuts and do that. I'm gonna see how these rings do, get all my stuff listed on Etsy that I need to, take a breath, because I tend to get passionate, and I don't not get passionate, but I get realistic, unfortunately, which is a dream killer. I'm a bit of a romantic, so we will see. That might happen later this summer or earlier, depending on how passionate I am about it. So thanks for watching. Sorry it took so long. I'm getting some more rings in the mail this week that I'll unbox, and I'll get these all ready to go as a lot, and I'll start to clean them, polish them, and I'll show you guys that process. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every single view. Please hit the subscribe button, the notification button. I try to do three videos a week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, between 10 and 14 minutes a piece. Some are shorter, some are longer, and some weeks I don't get any scheduled. So you won't get inundated with notifications, I swear. And I try to produce quality content for you. Something I'm passionate about. I hope that comes through. Love you. Bye.